But I think now we're going to turn to Claudia Marquise and Claudia Frega from Portugal, from MOG in Portugal, and you're going to take us through. Welcome, really lovely to see you both, and thank you for joining us. We're really excited to hear about your plans. So I'll hand it over to you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Claudia Fraga, president of MOG, and Claudia Marques she's going to speak about us.
Hello, everyone. It's really lovely to be here. And just before anything, and first of all, I'd like to thank our hosts for this amazing opportunity and for the virtual partner meeting, which is just an excellent idea to kind of break the barriers and get us all together as patient organizations and collaborate. Again, it is a common goal for all our organizations, is to collaborate, and that's how we will be better and we will beat this. So this is really, as I said, a wonderful opportunity, and it's also a great honor for us to be here. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about MOG. So MOG stands for Ovarian Cancer and Other Gynecological Cancers. So it's a not-for-profit organization and was founded on the 18th of December 2019. And as we all know, shortly after that, the pandemic began and lockdown took over in March. And we always say that, Claudia and I, that despite all these difficulties, so we never gave up, never ever, and we never resigned. So we used to say we confined, but we never resigned. So a lot of work has been done since then, between mostly Claudia and myself. Most importantly, we have effectively helped many women. There was no other organization for ovarian cancer or gynecological cancers in Portugal, so we were the first ones. That's why we felt the need to create this organization, to voice women's concerns and their needs. So we found as well that there were women who needed advice and signposting to relevant doctors and services. I would like to speak to you a little bit about our mission and the main reason why we exist. So the first point was, and that we found that there was a gap there that needed to be addressed, which is improving the quality of life of all these women dealing with this disease, and as well to raise awareness. Raising awareness is, I know it's the new word on the block, but it's so important to have it out there, to voice the concerns, to just stress it. It's never enough just to stress this, how important it is to pass the word on. So the impact that this type of cancer have on the lives of not forgetting the patient, but also their families, their friends. And again, it's important to cooperate with the various entities to ensure that the diagnosis, the treatment, and monitoring of the community. So through this concerted strategy and plan of actions, we also created a plan of actions. The founding members of MOG want to help empower. So we want to give, I think empowerment is a very important attribute here. We need to empower the community of patients, of women with gynecological cancers in Portugal. And this is it may be as well a cultural problem. This has to do with the fact of patients in Portugal being, how shall I put it, quite submissive. It's probably a strong word, but maybe the right one, because they're not used to asking questions. And that's why for us, it's a challenge to try to explain that they need to ask questions in order to to be happier people and to find out what options they have available. So basically to empower, and especially more vulnerable groups, such as people without economical means, and also people without technical knowledge and access to technology, because we still have some margin group of people who may not have access to that. So I want to share with you now our main objectives, and the objectives which are composed with the global mission of MOG. So our first objective is to provide support to women diagnosed with ovarian and other cancers, families, and healthcare professionals. So we say here healthcare professionals because we want to have an excellent relationship with them. We want to gather contacts of all most important stakeholders, because that's what they are to us. We need to work with them and they need us as well. So we need each other. So we want to get a database of all these health professionals who will work with us at MOG. The second objective is improve the quality of life by cooperating with, again, various entities, and that includes as well, of course, you guys. So patient organizations, including authorities, public authorities as well, who could help us pass on our message. The scientific community is a very important stakeholder as well, and we have also created bonding with them. So we need to create this bond to ensure that proper diagnosis and treatment for our community. Our third objective is to raise awareness. Again, how important. So sorry, the second one, I just jumped there one. So second is improve the quality of life. Third one, raise awareness about this impact and the population in general. So what we want to do here is to have a close relationship as well with the media. So which is the best way to send the messages out there. And so what we've been trying to do, and Claudia has been doing a great job at this, which is communicate with local TVs and radios. So we've done some radio shows, newspaper interviews. So we tried to keep in contact with them and to promote our voicing our concerns. We also increase the visibility and the public recognition of this cancer. We promote public education about gynecological cancers and the impact that it has on the quality of life. And with public education, what we mean is we want to reach schools. So we want to go out there. One of our big projects for this coming year is to create a professional video, which will have impact at schools. So we want schools to screen these videos. We want to make sure to kind of be part of their program at schools. So to raise awareness, because who better than our children and young adults to hear this message. So they are the best ones then to pass on the message to. They are our future. So the fifth objective is to promote to promote early diagnosis as well. This is very important, as we all know, and we've spoken here as well before. So early diagnosis, the referral, we want to help women with second medical opinions, which are scarce, and some women don't have the energy or the help they need in order to access. So we want to give them that treatment, control, and of course the multidisciplinary prevention of this disease, and also also onwards. So after the diagnosis, so we need to get this multidisciplinary approach, with, for example, psychologists, with social workers, to involve this community to help our women and their families. So we want as well to motivate the introduction and access of new therapeutic options, so necessary conditions to promote, control the quality of life, and particularly, again, as I mentioned, for people with more limited means and access to information. So we want to promote the educational, social, and cultural scientific actions around gynecological cancers. And as I mentioned, so to promote our cause in the social media, so with interviews on TVs, radios, and newspapers. We want to increase the interest for and collaborate in research. Research is also very important in technological development and innovation. We want to cooperate with similar associations and other national and international entities, so we can share information, share best practice, experiences, and to have our aims, our objectives to be concerted, and so that we can all strive, towards the same direction. We want to promote the contact and articulation between people and families with gynecological cancers, with health professionals, researchers, and policymakers. So we're trying to get all these people together, try to get them to speak to each other, so that we provide, in a way, this is to have the best service possible we want to achieve. So I want to share with you now information about a study that we carried out together with the support of GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, and it was the first ever study in the history of Portugal, which was about ovarian cancer in Portugal, and it was about knowledge and perceptions of ovarian cancer. So there were some really kind of screaming out conclusions there, which I want to share with you guys. And it stated that increasing literacy and regular visits to the gynecologists are the only ways of preventing ovarian cancer. And the conclusions of this study were that more than 90% of the Portuguese population believes that COVID-19 pandemic is causing delays in the new ovarian cancer diagnosis, as we have it all across the world, I'm sure. 79% of people are aware that ovarian cancer exists, but know very little about the disease. 79%, it's a lot. Namely, about 85% report not knowing the symptoms, so which is also kind of worrying, and more than 35% do not know the risk factors, and about 84% do not know the average age of diagnosis. 18% of women report that they do not have any specific behavior to prevent ovarian cancer, and about 24% do not have regular gynecological medical checkups. About 44% of women who do not regularly attend a women's health appointment say they don't do so because they don't feel the need. It's not a question of feeling the need, we say, because when you go, because you feel the need, it's often too late. And we know that. In terms of knowledge of new cases, so more than 67%, they say they have no knowledge of new cases of ovarian cancer, and around 30%, they don't know the survival rate. So every year in Portugal, around 600 women are diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Around 400, they do not survive. So time is of the essence, and we should all have access, and I'm sure you'll join me in saying this, we should all have access to specialized doctors, innovative therapies, medication, that obviously will likely increase life quality and expectancy and will help prevent recurrences. It is vital to bring clinical trials into Portugal, because it's not something that is still part of our culture. So we are striving to bring clinical trials here. We need to increase the knowledge of the population about this cancer. This is our fight.
Thank you.
There's so much more we can do, and we need each other. We do need each other, and we can only be stronger, of course, if we work together. So thank you again for this opportunity. Thank you, Clara.
Thank you so
everyone.
much for presenting that. So interesting. I'm going to move on right now, though, to